Hey guys, so today's video is not about what's going on out there, but it's actually about what's going on in here. I'm going to share a little bit about my personal life with you guys, because, I don't know, it's about experience, and experience is something that you share. And there's a little baby hitting the tripod. You can't see the camera from down there, kiddo. You gotta come up here. You gotta sit up on that. So, I'm a firm believer in when you learn something, you have the ability to tell me and keep me from having to do that same thing over again. Like, say, be a poor example, a friend of mine, she was about 21, had 2 kids, and she was telling me, she's like, this was years ago, she's like, don't have a child when you're young. I was 16, she's like, don't do it, it's terrible. I'm like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And she was telling me all about what it's like and everything, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that, I'm not silly. A couple months later, I get that phone call that's like, I haven't had my period, I'm pregnant. And I'm like, oh. Snap. That was the lesson that I didn't learn, but I could have, and I would have saved myself. The last 2 years have been rough. The last year and a half have been rough, but like they're much better now. So I would say save myself some anxiety, some stress, but overall, really, I gained a beautiful daughter who is so, well, cute and just adorable. Harry, say hi. Say hi. Say hi. Oh, fine, don't say hi.
Hi.
Oh, you want to say hi?
Hi, Daddy.
Oh, say hi. Say hi, YouTube.
Two.
Okay, you can go back and play with your toys. Thank you. So experience. Same with, I've lived on my own since I was 16. So for about 4 years, I've lived on my own. I haven't had anybody to rely on. I've had to pay my own bills, had to work my own job. I dropped out of high school at grade 11 because it was either go to school and move back in with my mom, or continue working, drop out of school, and pay my own rent and bills. So I opted for the latter because when I moved out, I made a solemn vow to myself that I would never ever move back in with my parents. And so I never have. And I haven't even really asked them for financial help at all. My dad, every now and then, I never got it, but it doesn't hurt to ask. But I was pretty self-independent, and now I know some people that living on their own, they've lived on their own for a year, they don't have what I like to call an oh shit fund. It's money that you put into every paycheck or every month in case you lose your job, or you have to move, or your car breaks down, or something like that, right? It's spare money that you can fall back on. But I've been telling these people, my friends of mine, I'm like, you have to have an oh shit fund. Like, especially with the way the economy is, like, you never know if you're really gonna have a job or what, like any extra expenses. And they're like, nah, that's fine. He has been sick for like 2 weeks solid, missed 2 weeks of work. They can't afford to pay their rent now and everything, but luckily they have parents which have helped pay the rent. That's something I never had, so that's why I had that oh shit fund. But that's experience. Like, somebody shouldn't have to go through the experience of where like, oh, I have no money, I have nobody to rely on, I'm screwed. Instead, if I, like, by sharing that, hey look, I've been in that situation, this is what happens if you don't have money, but this is what happens if you do, they can be like, oh, well, now that I know this, you know, I can act differently, I can improve my life. So, as young as I am, being almost 20, you know, August is my birthday, so I'm pretty stoked about that. Might be like a huge birthday festival that I might end up going to. But as young as I am, I've learned a lot of things in my few years, simply because of just the way that I've been living. I've been on my own since I was 16, so I had nobody to rely on but myself, and I learned a lot of lessons. I grew up really fast. Like, as young as I may be, it's like mentally I'm quite a bit older. I mean, I have a 2-year-old daughter, for crying out loud. And that's another thing too. I've seen I had 2 step-siblings. One of them turned out absolutely rotten because she was never disciplined. She got away with anything. She was daddy's little girl, right? She's never really held a job. She's not really the best human being. She doesn't have the best mentality, and she's marrying somebody to get out of her dad's house because she can't hold a job, she can't work. She's incapable. Pretty much one of those humans that are a waste. But my other sister is doing really good for herself. Just moved out on her own, you know, about a year ago. She's been holding a job, she moved to a bigger town. She's doing really good, and that's because she had discipline, as did I. She was disciplined, she had structure and everything in her life, and that created a better human being. Somebody that was not like, gimme, I want this, if I don't get it, I'm gonna cry and stomp my feet, like a, you know, 3-year-old. But like, okay, I want something, I have to work for it, I have to earn it. These are lessons that we've learned. She never did. And now, as learning that, to raise my kid, I know what makes a good kid and what makes a bad kid. I mean, even with letting your kids watch movies and TV and play video games and stuff like that all the time, it's like, up to a certain age, or yeah, to a certain age, there should be no TV for your kids. There should be none whatsoever. You should be reading books to them. You should be playing with them. Like Aries is playing blocks right now. That's much better than watching Dora the Explorer, I suppose, at this age. Although Dora is, one of those better TV shows. But I know what makes a good kid. The grandmother of my child, the mother of my child, the mother of my child was incompetent, sorry to say. Dirty, never really held a job, had no life skills, none whatsoever. And the grandma raised her that way. And now she's raising my kid. See, the mother of my kid gave up custody to her parents because she didn't want to be a mom anymore. She's like, you can have custody, full custody for a year. Nobody asked me or anything. They just went through the courts and that's how it was. And now I'm taking them to court fighting for joint custody. Yeah, baby girl? Banana chips? One moment. Eats? You just ate breakfast. So, banana chips, they're really healthy. When she comes over here, she asks for chips, candy, pizza. Is that what your grandparents are feeding you? Chips, candy, and pizza? A steady diet of crap? Banana chips, dehydrated bananas, is fantastic for you. It's a real good, tasty treat. But I'm worried about how my daughter's going to be raised. Like I've seen my grandparents raise their kids. I've seen my aunties raise their kids. Like I've seen so many different parenting styles, and I know which one I want to go with, and I know which one I think would work best. Whereas this grandmother, she raised one terrible kid, and now she's trying to raise my kid because she screwed up on hers, and she sees this as a second chance. That's all that is, and it's with the control. And it sucks. That's why I'm taking them to court over this. And that's why I've been making a whole lot of videos, because I've been somewhat preoccupied with this whole life issue, Since 1973, the rules in Canada for custody have changed. Before 1973, it was if you're the natural parent, you have first rights to the child. Now it doesn't matter if you're the natural parent or not, it's who will give that child the best material, physical, and mental well-being. So basically, those who can care for the child best will get rights. So that's what I got to go to court and prove, that I'm more than capable of raising my daughter. And that's where I'm at. So I just thought I would share that little bit of insight to your guys' life. I know before, when I was vouching for the Occupy movement, because the monetary system, the judicial system, the legal system, the government is all very corrupt right to the core and absolutely needs reform. People were saying, oh, get out of your mom's basement, you don't know what life is like, oh, get a job and stuff like that, oh, you don't even pay for your own internet. I don't know, it didn't bug me, but I'm like, people, well, that's the internet for you. Like those videos, am I ugly? Of course people are going to say you're ugly, because there are people out there that are just have these insecurities that they have to rub off on somebody else. And they can't say it to people's face usually, because they're so insecure and afraid of themselves that they're afraid of the reaction that you'll get will damage them even more than they already are. So they have to go online under an anonymous name and then insult people to make themselves feel better. Or just because, what the heck, they're dicks. It happens. But now you guys know a little bit of insight about me, and that's kind of why, as young as I am, just I'm a little more open to everything that I've experienced in life, and I'm a lot more aware of what's going on. Some people call me hyper-aware, and that's just how it is. I see everything that's going on in my life, and there's things that I try to change, and I've come to the conclusion that I don't have a lot of control over my own life, as does everyone else. We're very limited in our choices, and that limit is brought to us by paper money. So, it's lame, very lame. And now I don't have the right to raise my daughter because a piece of paper says they already have custodial rights, whatever that is, over my daughter, and then therefore I don't have any rights to say in her care, even as her father. And that's the legal system. It's very messed up, and it's don't even get me started on that. It's infuriating, to say the least. Yeah, okay, baby girl. So yeah, that's all for today, and I got an Origins Christmas video coming up soon, and my lean-to adventure, survival skills testing. We are going to be going up the mountain again this weekend, I think, coming up. And we're going to build our lean-to and everything. I will take my camera. And then I will be putting together a nice little montage with my new CyberLink Power Director 10 video software that I'm getting this week. And for you guys to see. And that'll also be pretty cool. And I want you guys to vote, however many people actually watch this to the very end. Do you think that I should start editing my videos, or should I just do them like this, even with any errors and whatnot, just straightforward, me and the camera, no editing whatsoever? I want to see who thinks yes, should keep it the way it is, or no, I should start editing my videos. Because, I do this for you guys. You're the important ones. You're the ones that matter here. So, let me know. Peace, family.